Today, more than 2,500 cities and towns across the country hosted No Kings demonstrations. People protested President Donald Trump's policies. It was the largest mobilization of protests since President Trump returned to office in January. KVUE's Daniel Perot is live in downtown Austin. And Daniel, that rally just wrapped up not too long ago.
Adam, we're here at Auditorium Shores where the event ended 30 minutes or so ago. You can see the stage behind me is empty and they are packing things up. They're also cleaning up over here. These were some tents with representatives from different organizations that came out to speak to the thousands of people that came out to take part in this protest. We also had some speeches from elected officials and performances from local musicians as well. This is where they ended up, but today the event started on the south steps of the Texas Capitol before they made the little over 1 mile march to Auditorium Shores. Many held signs condemning the Trump administration, expressing frustration and concern with what's happening in the country right now. But one of the main messages for some of the people who came out here today that they wanted to send is that this is a moment in history and they want to make sure that they are on the right side of it. They believe their presence here sends a strong message to the Trump administration. A lot of people came out wearing costumes or inflatable suits, telling me that they wanted to turn this into more of a celebration. Organizers say at one point they believe more than 20,000 people took part in this event. Speakers stressed the importance of nonviolence.
We can defeat his autocratic outreach with feet on the street. We can defeat him by peacefully marching, by rallying, by witnessing, and sharing our truth and exposing his lies, never giving up and never giving in. There's no superhero that's going to be here to save us. Each of us have to don our own cape.
Throughout the rallies and march, there was a huge law enforcement presence from both Austin Police and Texas DPS. They walked ahead of and alongside the protesters in vehicles, on motorcycles and bikes, and even in the air with a helicopter. While visible, they did sort of fade into the background, and we did not see any confrontations. We also did not see any members of the Texas National Guard, which Governor Greg Abbott deployed for this protest. So everybody is packing up here and heading home, which is quite different from what we saw during the first No Kings protest back in June. After that event ended, people who participated in the event then proceeded to march around downtown Austin for several hours after that, getting into some confrontations with law enforcement, and also there were some arrests, but it does not appear that that is the case this time. We're not seeing anything like that. Live in downtown Austin, Daniel Perot, KVUE News. Adam?
Daniel, glad to see things went peacefully today. Thank you so much. And again, our crews in the field did not spot any National Guard troops. Austin police say the rally again remained peaceful with no arrests reported. Now on Thursday, Mayor Kirk Watson had reacted to Governor Abbott's order to deploy the National Guard and Texas DPS to the protests. In a statement, Watson said he was told, quote, "The Guard will not be on the streets of Austin unless there is a determination there is an emergency need." He added, quote, "Destructive actions or efforts that hurt people, including police, is wrong. You are damaging your city and you may be giving those you protest against what they want. An exercise or an excuse rather to militarize our streets," end quote. Now, several other Central Texas cities hosted No Kings protests today. Our viewers sent us these photos and videos from Dripping Springs. People gathered in Veterans Memorial Park. It's right next to Highway 290. And protesters in San Marcos marched on Hopkins Street in front of the Hays County Courthouse. If you have any video from today's rallies or other events you'd like to share, you can email them to news@kvue.com.